Agarwal, I'll come across to you first. There was a great money shot from Ramleela Maidan. All opposition parties, all the top leaders on stage, joining hands, raising hands. Is this, you believe, the way that the opposition has galvanized itself as a one front, as a united front to take on the Bharatiya Janata Party, and a party which is hell-bent on breaching the 400 paar mark? They've set themselves a very high target. Can this united front take on the NDA?
See, India Alliance is in alliance with people of India to defeat this authoritarian Modi government. The way this government is ransacking democracy, there is no parallel in Indian history of the same. Look at electoral bonds, the biggest scam in India, where companies have, in a way, it's an extortion racket. Companies are raided and they give money to BJP. Look at misuse of ED, CBI. Candidates are announced, ED raids are done overrun. Look at arrest of 2 CMs. Look at freezing of Congress's account. Suddenly you found 3,000 crore, over 3,000 crores of liability and notices you have given to Congress because you want to cripple opposition, because you don't want them to get a fair chance at fighting these elections. This is what BJP is doing. Look, what do you mean by democracy? Even Mr. Putin in Russia says it's a democracy. Even Pakistan says it's a democracy. Only holding of elections is not democracy. Democracy is run by fair running of democracies, which are free and away from fear.
Okay.
But this government is controlling institutions, and this is no way of running democracy. We don't want democracy like Russia. We don't want democracy like Pakistan. We want democracy what India used to have before Mr. Modi was there. This is no way of running a country, and people of India are rising along with India Alliance, and they are going to make sure the authoritarian government is defeated on these polls. This is what
Mr. Paswan, would you like to come in on that? What the Congress is saying that, I'll come back to you, Mr. Agarwal. What the Congress is saying that we don't want a democracy, quote unquote, like the one that Mr. Putin is running in Russia, or the democracy, quote unquote, in Pakistan. It's a fixed match, is what Rahul Gandhi said when he said that you're putting leaders in jail, you're freezing the bank accounts of others. Aapne to match hi fix kar di.
Match fixing se to jeetna chahte hain.
Polmy, I think this is clearly beyond our comprehension. Polmy, did you ask me the question?
No,
sorry.
It's for Mr. Paswan.
So he was
Mr. Agarwal,
on
please hold
democracy
on.
and he's not willing to let other people speak.
Yeah,
so you thank you so much, Polmy. So they lecture on democracy, but they don't have the patience and grace to listen to other people. Point number one. So talking of the rally, which is being touted as a mega rally, who were the speakers of the rally? Wife of Arvind Kejriwal, wife of Hemant Soren, son of Lalu Prasad Yadav, son of Mulayam Singh Yadav, son of Farooq Abdullah, son of Rajiv Gandhi, son of Sonia Gandhi, daughter of Rahul Gandhi. So the sons and daughters of the opposition parties, they are claiming to save the Indian democracy. That has to be the biggest joke of 21st century. What it seemed to the people of India, what it seemed as an outsider to me, it was like a weekend get-together at the Delhi Gymkhana Club of the Indian political elite establishment. ये लोग तो lunch करने आए थे. Lutyens Delhi वाले, 10 जनपद वाले, they came together for a lunch and they decided let us have a rally as well. So Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, who is in jail currently, is now a very strange, बहुत ही विचित्र व्यक्तित्व हो गए हैं. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is the same person who started India against corruption from the same Ramleela Maidan about 10 years ago. Today, he is the same person who is being responsible for India for corruption. So it's a big journey from India against corruption to India for corruption. Today was nothing but a complicated mixture of dynastocracy and corruption. Nothing beyond that. Who is Arvind Kejriwal? I want to ask my friend from the Congress party. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is no one but a sophisticated version of Lalu Prasad Yadav, who was also handing over the baton to his wife when he went to the jail, and also Mr. Shahabuddin, who wanted to run Siwan from jail. So Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is the perfect combination and a sophisticated version of a combination of Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav and Mohammad Shahabuddin. And today we saw the sons and daughters of India coming together to save democracy. This has to be the biggest joke of 21st century. And my friend from the Congress party was talking about Indian history. I was going through this book. Congress leader Bhajan Lal in 1975 said कि ये इलेक्शन का झंझट हटाते हैं और परमानेंटली इंदिरा गांधी को देश का प्रधानमंत्री बना देते हैं. So Congress party today is being considered as the linchpin for saving the Indian democracy. Nothing can be a bigger joke than this. The party that is responsible for emergency, the party that is responsible for suspending democratically elected government in more than 55 states is today lecturing on democracy. Congress party and the entire India Alliance political establishment must listen to this fact. They must get used to the fact that democracy has now decentralized. For the first time in the history of our country, we have a woman from tribal community at the highest constitutional office in the country. And the Congress party and the India Alliance cannot digest the fact. The Congress party cannot digest the fact that a person from an humble origin, a chai wala, has risen.
I think monologue has gone for too far. I think
it's prime minister in the history of
our
country.
Okay. Yes,
Congress
Mr.
party
Paswan,
cannot
yes,
digest the
you've
fact.
made your point. You've made your point. You're saying that there is no democracy. This is a party which, in fact, imposed emergency in the past. Mr. Agarwal, he says that this is about dynasticracy. The fact is that there are sons and daughters. You're talking about democracy. Where is the democracy within these political parties when you're only furthering the interests of your own family, each party that was on stage over there?
So who is son of Mr. Rajnath? I believe he's MLA from UP. Son of Mrs. Vasundhara Raje Scindia. Who is he? He's not a dynast. Son of Mr. Anurag Thakur. Son of Mr. Dhumal, who was their chief minister. Who is he? Then look at their allies. Mr. Ajit Pawar is who? He is nephew of Sharad Pawar. That's not dynasty. Look at their new alliance, TDP. Who is he? Chandrababu Naidu, his son-in-law.
Mr. Paswan, how do you respond to that? Is there no dynasty in the NDA? Is there no dynasty in the NDA? He cited several examples. Mr. Agarwal, you cited several examples. Fair enough, Mr. Paswan will respond to that.
And whole monologue about what they have done. What have you done for last 10 years? Economic growth is going down. China has occupied our territory. We have not been able to give
jobs. Just a moment, Mr. Paswan. Let him complete. Let him complete the point.
And you are talking about, I mean, you are just going on and on and on with your charade.